Hello everyone, welcome back to the Questing Bard. I'm Angela Lantano, and those of you who are new, welcome. So, I'm going to give you some updates first, and then I'm going to talk about mood boards and playlists and stuff like that. Alright, so first thing first, I did query for some more people, more agents, and let me see, what did last week start off with? Oh, the 21st of July. So I did Grimmauld Place. I know, Harry Potter reference there. I'm not sure if she's a fan, but I just did it. I have my own reasons. So I queried her last Monday. I also did. General Motors is rejected last week. I know, so sad. Okay, moving on. It was a form rejection. So, Grimmauld Place is not bad. She's like strong, voice-driven, magic, spaceships, fantasy, like faraway lands and all that, so that's pretty good. So, I also did, Brownie Scout last week. That was on July 23rd. She likes when traditional fantasy stories don't follow the classic tropes, so that's actually a good thing. That will definitely work in my favor, hopefully. She does like witches and magic and female retellings, or at least female perspective, I think. I think so. I hope so. Because that's the only way this mind tends to really twist the classic tropes, you know. Especially with Lion King, you know, it's like the female version, so it's definitely a retelling in that regard. So that's what I did. I also did Cracker Barrel, I know. So that was on July 24th. And let me see, Cracker Barrel. Let me see, there's not much to tell about Cracker Barrel, but she does love incredible world building, lush settings, and authentic characterizations, and different cultures that are not Roman and Greek, which is definitely going to work in my favor. But apart from that, there really wasn't much for her to work off of. But I feel that there's still a good chance with Cracker Barrel. I also queried last week on Friday someone. I do not have a name for her, but she rejected me today. It was a form rejection. And I really had a bit of high hopes because she does like Tolkien-esque high fantasy. She's not a big fan, but as long as it doesn't follow the classic stuff. And that's what I was making sure, and mine doesn't do that in a traditional sense. But you still feel traditional vibes, but I guess it wasn't what she wanted. You know, and I can't control that. So today, I queried Lady Brandybuck. It's a play on Marietta Brandybuck's name. I'm not too sure, but I think she's going to be pretty. I think there's a good chance because she does like strong world building, complex dynamics, and characters with a unique voice and perspective. So I definitely see that working in my favor. And she also likes Disney movies, which is a huge plus because it's based on Lion King. So that is going to work heavily in my favor. But then again, there were others who really liked Lion King and they rejected it, so that's not a guarantee that I'm gonna take it. I know it feels like I'm not querying as many as I should, but the problem is a lot of them are just closed to queries and stuff like that, and some are not necessarily closed, but they're also working with agents. They're working the same company as other agents that are in the same company, so I cannot do that, and I have to wait till they reject me first and then I can have a chance to record the other person in their same company. Sometimes it will work in a way where it's like, but sometimes what can happen in an agency is that they usually pass along to the agents that are working in this agency. So if they don't accept it, they'll check with others, and they usually will may or may not accept it too. Okay, so that's sometimes how it works. There's nothing much I can do with that. Okay, so that's all I have in terms of updates. I'm going to try to keep the next part short, because I have a dog that is understimulated right now, and I have no way to keep her busy. Okay, so I'm keeping her busy right now with something else. Okay. So the one thing a lot of agents, not a lot of them, some of them actually ask for, and they use a site called Query Tracker. So one of the options is they can put in for authors to enter more information about their work is a mood board or playlist. This was something new, and I was just like, oh my god. I knew what a playlist would be, and I was a little bit fascinated with that. And then a mood board, I know what that is, but I've never really done it and worked with one. So what it is that you get, because a mood board is like what? A bunch of pictures, right? And a bunch of pictures and stuff that gives it a vibe and feel of what your stories entails and it's about. So I actually finally did one. I didn't do it for some of the earlier ones. I wish I did. Maybe it would have helped. Who knows? So I did a mood board, and I put Lion King stuff. I put like Celtic and Gaelic symbols and stuff. I put wolves and sword fights and different things like that. Knights, female knights, and stuff like that. So I put a lot of thrones and things like that to kind of give them a feel of what the story's going to entail and the vibe of this story. I'm also trying to create a playlist. A playlist means musical pieces. I honestly feel that would be a little harder to do because I have to figure out the right ones that would work. And I'm trying to make it like almost like a soundtrack with hit moments and pieces throughout. So that can be a little difficult to do. But that's what I'm doing. And I think it's very useful. It's a very creative idea. It's an ingenious idea. So then you get more of a feel and vibe of what the story's going to entail, what it's about, and the feeling that the agent is meant to feel in these random moments. Like, ooh, like, wow, and like, I get it. And I think that's a really cool idea. So I'm letting you guys know because this is something new. If any of you guys queried, please let me know if you guys ever had to do this and kind of the stuff that you ended up putting in. Which one you got is opted for, a playlist or mood board. Mood board was relatively easier, I feel, than music. Even though I tend to like doing musical playlists more, and music pieces tend to vibe with me when I'm writing. But everyone's different. but the funny thing is, I ended up going with a mood board rather than a playlist right now. I'm still working on the playlist. I'll let you know if I ever get finished with it. Hopefully I can get it finished for one of the agents in the future. Who knows? If I need one. Alright, well, that's all for now. I did say this was going to be short. And I'll see you guys next week. Just keep in mind, this coming month is going to be a little bit busy. August will be a bit busy. September, I might have to take a break. You're like, oh my god, here she goes again. I know. I will try to get back to you guys in maybe November. So sometime in September I will be off. Okay. Alright, so that's it for now. Like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more future videos like this, and see ya.